What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time to do a Gravity Rush 2 First Impressions video. Not really sure why, just kind of a random video I thought I'd make because I'm enjoying the game so far and I have some things to say about it. Not a full-blown review, I've only finished the first chapter. It is pretty much as literal as a First Impressions can be, so let's get started. But before we dive fully into that, for those of you guys who are wanting some more of my regular content, I have a top 5 worst anime female characters list coming, and then maybe like a week later or a couple weeks later I'll try to have a top 5 best anime female characters list out for you guys, so a bottom 5 and a top 5, and also a Dragon Ball Super anime versus manga comparison. I just want to reread through the manga one more time and go through which one is better, at least in my opinion. So, anime manga comparison for Dragon Ball Super coming, top 5 worst female characters coming. Look forward to those. Anyways, Gravity Rush. So for those of you who don't know, I really enjoyed the first Gravity Rush game. It's nothing too special in the way of gameplay. You're probably going to tend... If you played the first Gravity Rush, then maybe you're like me and you tended to just kind of do gravity kicks over and over on a lot of the enemies. Not that it got too repetitive, and there were definitely things to break up, you know, just doing gravity kicks over and over. There were challenge missions, side missions, DLC stuff that came with the HD remaster. So yeah, there were definitely, well, I guess it's not really an HD remaster since it was on the Vita. Was the Vita an HD screen? I don't remember. I think it was, but not, I don't know, fuck it. Like fake HD? I don't remember. But either way, it was a fun game. Not so much in terms of gameplay, which wasn't bad. It was still perfectly good gameplay. It was very fun doing all the cool gravity stuff. It was just kind of a game that was more so carried by its story and characters and its charm. Also, its fantastic music. And going into the second game, I saw the trailers and I was like, okay, cool, it looks like they're adding new things. And that's one of the things I'm really glad I saw in the trailers, because starting the game and finishing the first chapter, it's really more of the same so far. Now, there is this talisman system where you can like increase your health and probably increase attack and stuff like that with these little talismans from mining ore. So there's that. They are adding new things to it. It looks like the combat stuff that you can upgrade might have more of a branching system now. I'm not too sure yet. It kind of looks like that's the case. So there are new things here. I think they added something new to the stasis attacks. So there are new things, but there's not a lot new. And the game presents itself a lot like the first game. Now, well, the first game was on the Vita, and you can understand having manga panel cutscenes and not a lot of spoken dialogue and not a lot of real cutscenes. The second game doesn't really have that limitation, but they still do it anyway, and for me it's fine. I like the manga panel cutscenes. It feels like the first game. They have charm. I love the artwork. I always love 2D artwork. So that's great, in my opinion. But I can see someone else saying, well, you know, the first game was only $40 on the Vita. This game seems like more of the same, plus the production value outside of the actual graphics themselves, which are a lot better than what the Vita is capable of. You know, the production value of the story presentation is still handheld, and that could turn some people off. They could, you know, thought they could have been, I don't want to say less lazy with it, because I do think there is a charm to this, and it does take work to make these 2D panels. But yeah, I like it. It has its charm, but I can see some people saying that, you know, you may want to expect more from a $60 AAA game in terms of cutscenes. So that really just comes down to preference, I suppose. And as far as the actual graphics of the game themselves, itself, it looks really good. Now, the first place you show up in this game, I thought something was weird with my TV because there's a lot of green in the shadowed areas, and it was really distracting. But it goes away. It was the environment that you were in the beginning of the game. Once you get to a new environment, it goes away. But I did think it looked pretty off, even though it was the point of the environment. I get that, but it just looked really off, having all that green in the shadowy areas or the darker areas of the map. It just didn't look that good in my opinion. But overall, the game looks really nice. It's not like the most incredible AAA polished graphics, but it looks really good. Looks better than the first one for sure, which, I mean, whether you care about graphics or not, I think it's perfectly understandable to expect this game to look better than the first one since it was on the Vita, but still, it does, so the graphics are good. Character animations are all great, as you'd expect, a little bit better than the first game. That's the thing, though. The game so far with the first chapter, and again, this is a first impressions video, it feels a lot like the first game. I know it'll have new stuff. I know she has like these little pieces of armor that she was wearing that looks like they give her new moves, and there's going to be new characters, and it is a whole new world that you're exploring, or at least, I won't say a whole new world, but a whole new area of the world that Kat was thrown into. But it's just, it's a lot of the same so far, and because of the production value of like the cutscenes and everything, I'm not too sure if this game's going to be worth $60 by the time I'm done with it, because I finished the first chapter kind of quickly. And the first chapter had like 5 episodes in it, 5 or 6, I forget, because I think there was like episode 0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not sure. I forget if it was 5 or 6, 5 or 6 episodes. But hopefully the game doesn't. Hopefully it's not too quick of a game. It's got the side missions. It's got the challenge stuff. I'm sure there will still be, bang for your buck there. But those were all in the first game as well, and you can pick that up for $30 and on the Vita for $40. So is this game going to be worth the extra $20? Hard to say so far. For me, it probably will be, as I do enjoy the story so far. I do enjoy the new characters. I definitely want to see where the story goes after the first game, since they did not wrap up all the loose ends. And they have said that this game will be the conclusion, so yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where the story goes. I definitely enjoy the gameplay for what it is, and I'm definitely excited for the new things they're going to introduce later, or at least more new things that they're going to introduce later. So it might be worth the $60, not too sure yet, but I definitely enjoy the game. Visuals are pretty solid. They're not top-notch, but it's got really solid visuals, good character animations. I personally like how the cutscenes are presented. I think there's a lot of charm to it, in my opinion, but if you think that's a little low budget for a AAA game, I can understand that. I think the story's good. I think the characters are still good. I think the new characters that have been introduced are good. The new city looks cool so far. I haven't explored it too much. And that's pretty much Gravity Rush 2 so far. I can't say I highly recommend it, especially since it's a sequel, so I'd probably say, play the first one first, but since you can get the first one for half the price of a AAA game, I think it's more worth it. If you see it on sale on the PlayStation Store, scoop it up, give it a try. If you like it, I think you'll like the second game. It's more of the same with new things to come, at least hopefully a lot of new things to come. So with all that being said, I'm not going to give a rating to this because it is just a first impressions, but I'm enjoying Gravity Rush 2, but a lot of that has to do with my own bias. I really enjoyed the first Gravity Rush. The story, characters, and presentation do pull me in, so there is that to consider, for me personally. But still, I'm enjoying it so far. Not sure if it's going to be worth the $60 price tag, objectively speaking, but we'll just have to wait and see. So with all that being said, I'm enjoying the game. Have you guys played Gravity Rush 2? Are you guys planning to play Gravity Rush 2? Go ahead and tell me in the comment section below. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what you've seen here. And click that little bell to get notifications when my videos go up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.